Hey, and welcome back to Girl Chat Sports. It is episode 59.
59.
What's up? I'm Melissa.
I am Stephanie.
We are back. We took a little siesta, I guess you could call it, for the Thanksgiving holiday. I took a little vacaciones. I was over in Hawaii, mahaloing and alohaing it up, and
Nice.
came back, and yeah. We're here. So 59 is going on. We got an awesome show coming up. I am so excited. We've got a great guest. We got Tori Nelson. She is a veteran women's boxer. She is undefeated, 17-0, and she actually will be fighting up at a Showtime event coming up on January 12th against Claressa Shields. If you all remember us, me and Steph had been at one of Claressa's fights earlier on this year. So we look forward to having Tori on at the second half of the show. So please stay tuned. In the meantime, we got Vegas sports. Can I just tell you that Vegas sports is going crazy? Let me just tell you this, you guys. If you saw our Instagram post, I officially am a Las Vegas Golden Knights fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm a Husky. I've never had a hockey team. I mean, we had a minor league team in Seattle, which I think they're getting a professional one soon, but I've never had a hockey team. However, I own a Golden Knights hat and a Golden Knights jacket now, care of Costco. Thank you. Great prices, always. But yeah, so I went to the Golden Knights game last night. They were playing the Anaheim Ducks. Not like a great rivalry yet, but the Ducks actually surprised us. I mean, I think scored our first 2 goals within about 15 seconds of each other in the second period, or maybe I think it was second period, and then before you know it, it's tied, and we got into overtime. Nobody scored. They had a shootout. We score. We win. Bam.
How exciting!
We love it. They are currently second in the Pacific Division. Overall record is 17-9-1. So all I gotta say is, my luck has been iffy with the Seahawks when I attend games. However, I've attended 2 games for the Gladiators, and they won both. Not the Golden Knights. Sorry, they've won both. So I'm really excited about that.
There's only been 19 teams that have more wins in their first season than the Golden Knights. They've already passed 6 expansion teams, and the season isn't even halfway over. If they, the magic number is 34. If they get 34s in their inaugural season, they will beat Anaheim and Florida, the expansion teams that hold the record.
And that's interesting. I think I was talking to a girlfriend of mine last night. We were at the game, and she has season tickets that she just sells, for an extra source of income. And the thing is that they're going to be next season, since they've been winning so much this year, those tickets are going to go up even more next year. So be on the lookout for rising Golden Knight prices. However, that place is rocking. That place,
not a bad seat.
Not a bad seat in the entire house. Shout out to T-Mobile Arena, because that place is just a great place to watch sports and concerts and whatever else happens here in Vegas. So another note about Golden Knights. Funny thing is, I was turning on the news, and they actually have a women's hockey lessons that they're starting.
That's awesome.
I think it's awesome. If I didn't have shitty ankles, I would probably be down there trying it out myself, since it's so close to the house.
Ice skating is
tough.
$135
plus full hockey gear is needed. I think it started like yesterday or day before, but it goes through January 15th. Sounds like a pretty cool experience. I'd be down to go again, but my ankles would say otherwise. The other thing, too, is that the Golden Knights actually have a Golden Knight University, which I think they should let one of the girls here, or both of us from Girl Chat Sports, come down, because we would love to learn more about hockey. We are not too familiar ourselves. We've actually had a guest on before that helped us with little basics, but they have a 5-session Vegas Golden Knight University where fans can get the opportunity to learn the ins and outs of hockey. We're talking, plays, offensive plays, playing defense, doing special. I didn't know there were special teams in hockey. They got 5 people out there. Who knew? They got special teams too. So all pretty interesting. Vegas Knights are doing a lot of stuff around the community too, so that's been really cool. And they're actually undefeated in overtime.
Awesome.
Go ahead. As far as football goes, UNLV,
we ended the season 5-7.
Yeah.
3rd in the Mountain West. We were 1 victory shy of the postseason.
And that one victory came against our rivals, Nevada.
But our quarterback, Armani Rogers, won an award for Mountain West Freshman of the Year.
Wow.
And our running back, Lexington Thomas, took all conference first team. So that's some pretty honorary awards.
That's some pretty good stuff. So now that football season is over for UNLV, since there is no bowl games, as you're aware, bowl games were announced. We'll probably go over those on our next podcast because we have a pretty full show with our guests. But, bowl games were announced. But we have also men's and women's basketball for UNLV. So both of them have been playing now, it seems like. Men's basketball, 7-2 currently. They just played, I think, today or yesterday in one. Next game's in Illinois, against Illinois at home on Saturday. And then the girls play Gonzaga, my fellow teammates out there in Washington, at Gonzaga on Saturday. So UNLV Rebels hoops is coming up. They've got basketball tournaments coming. I know there will be some. Usually we have a lot of holiday basketball tournaments here at the Thomas and Mack, so be on the lookout for those. And the Vegas Lights. So our soccer team that's coming. Yes, they actually have what's called a spring training for them, which is in February. They've got 3 MLS teams that will be coming to face up against them during their spring training. The Montreal Impact, Vancouver Whitecaps FC, and the DC United will all be here for matches on consecutive weekends in February 2018. While I bring up the MLS real quick shout out to the Seattle Sounders, who are once again in the MLS Championship, which I believe is this Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. They go against the Toronto FC, and they are the defending champs for the MLS Cup.
How exciting.
I know. Not a whole lot going on Raider-wise. Because they're not doing so great. However, Marshawn Lynch had an awesome I don't know if you saw the touchdown this past Sunday. So Marshawn ran for over 50 yards. It's his first game back from retirement that he had over 100 yards since joining the Raiders. So that was pretty impressive.
I did see it.
Not a whole lot else new. Have you gone past the site yet as far as to see ground, what they've been doing? I haven't either. I haven't made it over to that side of town to see kind of what's been happening as far as the groundbreaking for that stadium over there. But one day hopefully I'll get out there, especially when it gets so dark at 4:30 now. So it's hard to see anything these days unless, you're out perusing at 4 o'clock in the middle of the day. Yeah, sorry. Got a real job too. Shit. So, we're still really anticipating the Raiders to come here, too. However, I am sticking to just being a local Golden Knights fan. I'm not going to be a Raiders fan. I mean, I'll root for them on occasion.
You'll go to their games.
I'll go to their games, of course. I'll go to a couple of the games. But the Golden Knights first. Why do I keep calling them the Gladiator? The Vegas Gladiator. It's because that was our old CFL, or not CFL, our old arena team. Yeah. They suck too. Sorry. And what I found out too, which I did a little research on our soon-to-be Las Vegas Stars, the WNBA team that we acquired from San Antonio, their guard, Sequoia Holmes, she actually went to UNLV, so she'll be doing a little return back to Las Vegas. And me personally, I'm just excited to see Bill Laimbeer as a head coach because as a young Bulls and Jordan fan, we always had to go up against the bad boys of the Detroit Pistons, including Mr. Bill Laimbeer himself, which I hated. But it's interesting to see him as a head coach for the women's team. So that should be interesting. I'm excited about it, but we'll see. So that was your little Las Vegas wrap up. So on to some NFL news.
Woo! Roger Goodell signed a 5-year contract extension worth $200 million. The life of the contract is about $40 million annually, if the owners approve all the bonuses and incentives.
I mean, here's the deal. Everybody hates Roger Goodell, but he's keeping a job.
He's getting paid.
Right. Getting paid to continue. But I guess I don't know who else really wants that job at the moment because the league, all these hits that are happening, all the suspensions, all the issues, who knows what's going on. But yeah, I'm not necessarily thrilled with the Goodell because the Goodell is a conspiracy theorist, and he's the reason why we lost Super Bowl in 1549. So, whatever.
Let's talk about the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Wah, 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 wah.
So Zeke's been out for 4 games now, and we have learned that it's not just him that's been the problem with us losing lately.
Who else has been the problem?
Well, our offensive line finally showed up on Thursday against the Redskins. We beat them 14-38. The first half, Ryan Switzer did a punt return touchdown. That was pretty fabulous. And Alfred Morris stepped up, 127 rushing yards in the game. And Des Bryant came like he looked from the olden days, jumping and outfighting the man in the end zone. So it's very nice to see that our offensive line has decided to show up. We do have some injuries against the Giants this weekend. Orlando Scandrick, our cornerback, is out. He fractured his back. Lael Collins is fighting a bulging disc, but Sean Lee has come back to practice, and we are hoping that he will be there for the game.
Really? So here's the deal. What do you think your guys' chances are beating the Giants in New York? However, we all know that they have a brand new coach, a brand new GM. Eli's back in the starting spot. I mean,
we'll beat them.
Okay.
No problem. We'll cover.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
What did the Giants have, like 2 wins or something?
I mean, but everybody thought that the Eagles were going to beat the Seahawks too.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yes. Shout out to all the people in the sports bar and everywhere else on Facebook that wants to talk shit about my Seahawks, and everybody that wanted to be big Eagles fans, soaring high.
The mighty has fallen.
Oh, Nate Sanders, your team fell and fell hard. So one of my boys that brought me into the guys league of my fantasy football, huge Eagles fan, Nate. And although I'm losing in the fantasy football league, not losing as far as sack pack wise goes, I'm just losing like not winning or making the playoffs. However, he started talking shit like 3 weeks ago. Oh, you know what December 4th is? You know what December 4th is? No, shut up. Because I'm not going to lie, as a Seahawks fan, ride or die, I was very nervous for this game. You got the Eagles 10-1. Carson Wentz is on fire. Defense, offense on fire. Everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing what they have to do. They won 9 straight games, are coming to Seattle. Usually that seems like, maybe a problem because Seattle has always been good at winning home games. But this year, losing 2 at home has not been okay. So I'm thinking, okay, not to mention Richard Sherman's out for the season. Cam Chancellor's out for the season. That's 2/3 of the Legion of Boom. We got substitutions like Maxwell came back. We signed him. This guy McDonald, McDonald, yeah. And, a shaky offensive line still. But we still got Russell. He's running like crazy. This man, I mean, some of his plays are phenomenal. He actually had a lateral pass to our new running back, Mr. Is it Davis? Was it Davis? Shit. Yeah, Michael Davis, yes. It's amazing. This guy, I think, could be a great powerhouse for us. It's great to see him. The last 2 games, he's actually really been showing out and showing what he can do, and he's a good power. I know he was on the practice team before, but I know Russell, Pete, everybody on the Seahawks seems to really be behind this guy, so we're excited to see him continue to play. But anyway, we had a stunner of a game. Get this. First quarter, not 1 penalty. I know.
Let them play.
Let them play. But no, seriously, we probably usually get 10 penalties in the first quarter. So for us to not have any penalties as well as a touchdown was almost like a miracle. So that was amazing. We had 10 points in the first quarter, to be honest. We actually won the game 24-10. We had major plays from all these guys. I mean, we're talking like second string guys, some guys that we don't even know them and their last names, or most fans wouldn't know. But our team is stepping up. We stepped up big time. Russell had an amazing game. We won 24-10. We beat the Eagles. Russell Wilson, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Jimmy Graham had another touchdown. He's got 9 for this season. And like I said, Michael Davis had a great game. He went 16 carries for 64 yards. So now the Eagles are 10-2. They are tied in the NFL for best record with the Vikings. Yeah, Vikings are 10-2. Of course, they have to be both NFC teams. Why can't we get an AFC team to do well and just kick the fucking Patriots down?
Right.
Dang it.
Kick them down.
Kick them down. Because they're still winning.
Speaking of kicking down
Yeah.
people.
Uh-oh.
Man, a lot of people going hard, late hits and whatnot.
I mean, fighting, helmets are off, chains are being broken.
What's up, Goodell?
Yeah, Goodell. So, and again, you know, our thoughts and prayers, like we posted on Instagram, are for Ryan Shazier and his family. 25, so young. Okay, he had, I wouldn't even say a hit that was, you know, at fault for anybody, other than, you know, you lower your head too hard, you get the wrong hit. He got carted off the field during the Steelers game against the Bengals, and you know, was able to see, visibly able to wave his hands, but how his
couldn't
legs,
move his lower body.
Yeah, so he got carted off, went straight to a hospital in Cincinnati. It sounds like as of today, he's moved back to Pittsburgh. He's going to be seeking medical attention, continued medical attention there for spinal injury. So our thoughts and prayers are with him. We're hoping that this is something that he's going to come back from, using his legs, walking, you know, all that good stuff, playing football again, should he choose. I mean, this is a career, and this is a career decision now. If you come back from this injury full strength, do you go back? You know,
Man, you know, a lot of like late hits and whatnot. Vontae's perfect. Got let off the field on a stretcher.
And he's usually the guy that's making the hits and doing the, you know, the hard, like, questionable.
Right.
Yeah.
So Juju Smith-Schuster got suspended 1 game. Safety George Iloka, or however you pronounce his name, got unnecessary roughness call on a helmet-to-helmet hit on Antonio Brown. He got a 1-game suspension, but had it overturned, reduced to a $36,000 fine. We had, who else? In the Patriots game.
Gronkowski got suspended too, without pay for a late hit on the Bills cornerback, Davis. Was it Tre'Davious?
There's no such thing as a safe blow to the head. When you have repeated blows to your head, it has increased results of permanent brain damage. Your brain doesn't recover.
You know, these hits are starting to be pretty ridiculous, and it was, you know, it's sad because you see, like, someone like Juju Smith, yeah, his hit was bad and it was illegal, it was after the fact, but you saw in his face he immediately was regretting that. You know, he made it seem bad. But then you see some of these reports about Antonio Brown in the locker room talking about, it's karma. Like, how can you start saying that it's karma for Vontae being hurt because of what the hit that happened to Shazier? It's like, you can't compare those, and it sounds really, it makes you sound like a really bad person.
Yeah.
You know, so our thoughts and prayers to everybody that are out there, I guess, suffering from these hits, and we hope that guys are taking precautions, and you really understand why some people nowadays are fearful of putting their kids into football, especially with a lot of these injuries that come about. So, other NFL news, there was some great NFL touchdown celebrations. Again, I love these touchdown celebrations. They are like probably the best part. Like, you almost want to just watch the NFL Red Zone just so you can see the celebration. So this last weekend, memorable ones were the Jacksonville Jaguars, their O-line had blocked Fournette had a touchdown, basically to set up like a free throw, like you have your friends on the free throw line, and they all blocked him out for the rebound. But yeah, it was pretty cool. That the Steelers, they were playing the Bengals. Le'Veon Bell had ran down the sidelines, and you thought he was out. He didn't. He wasn't out. He kind of did a nice little ballerina toe touch and stayed in bounds, made the touchdown, and then him and the guys did WWE wrestling. That was so funny. So good, so good. It was an early Christmas present, like we mentioned, for the Giants fans out there. They got rid of Ben McAdoo, which they've been wanting forever, as well as their general manager, Jerry Reese, for the last 11 seasons has been their GM. He also got tossed. So I guess we'll see what happens this coming weekend with those changes, and seeing if maybe that gave a little pep in Eli's step.
Right. Chiefs cornerback Marcus Peters has been suspended by the team against the Raiders this coming weekend. He actually left the game against the Jets after being penalized. He wasn't ejected, but he just decided to leave, so they gave him a suspension.
Wow.
For them.
Jimmy Garoppolo made his debut for the 49ers, and they won.
What?
So I think they got 2 wins now, or there's 3.
Two, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to count when you got so few. Yeah.
Bills Tyrod Taylor will not practice today. He suffered a patellar tendon contusion against the Patriots. So Nathan Peterman, you may be up once again.
Oh, wow. And the Vikings, they won 8 straight so far. They're now tied, we mentioned, tied with the Eagles for 10-2. This is the Vikings' first time getting 8 games a win streak since 2008-9.
Who's their quarterback again?
Hello. Hello.
I haven't been watching any of those.
Oh, jeez. Let's see. What else do we got? I think that's about it for NFL. Oh, the Browns still don't have a win.
Still don't have
No wins. But Josh Gordon is back, and he had an impressive first start last weekend. Nothing major, but it's glad to see him back on the field. And Larry Fitzgerald passes Isaac Bruce for the 4th place on the all-time receiving yards list. 15,208 receiving yards. Larry's pretty advanced in the league, and so it's good that he's definitely racking up those yards while still being in the league. So keep an eye out for Alvin Kamara as well in your fantasy football notes, you guys. For all those out there that have made the playoffs, congratulations. For all those that haven't, just keep on pushing, because next season will be around. Can you believe it's already week 14?
No.
You guys, I don't want football to end. Damn it. Okay, you guys, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with our guest, Tori Nelson, and we will continue on with Girl Chat Sports.
Yo, what's good with it? It's Mr. Mike T, owner and founder of Naked Athletics Fitness Co. You say naked, I say why not? We going for muscle tone, muscle gains, diet plans, nutrition plans, any and everything to get you where you want to go physically and mentally. You can look us up at nakedathleticfitness.com, or you can reach me personally at 929-8791, or you can follow me, and that's on IG at Naked Athletics with an X, not a C, _ fitness team, or even Facebook at MZSTAMYK, and that's Mr. Mike. So contact me today so we can get you going. And remember, nobody stops you but you. And once again, that's 702-929-8791 or nakedathleticfitness.com. Contact me today. Let's get you going. Nobody stops you but you.
Hey, and welcome back to Girl Chat Sports. So we are extremely excited to have our guest today, Tori Nelson, a.k.a. Tori ShoNuff. She is a 12-time boxing champion, undefeated right now, 17-0. We also got her marketing agent, I guess, Becks, our guy Becks out from the DMV areas with us too. So welcome you guys to the show. I appreciate you for being on.
Hi, thank you for having me and Beck.
Always great to be on with you gals. You guys are my favorites.
Ah, you say that to all the females in your life, I'm sure, Becks.
Pretty much, but I mean it every time.
Right. Ladies, man, we get it. It's cool. So anyways, well, let's, enough about you. Let's talk to the lady, the woman of the hour, Miss Tori Nelson. Tori, obviously you're a world-renowned boxer. You're amazing. You've been in it for a little while. You've got a big fight coming up January 12th against Claressa Shields. We kind of wanted just to get you on and kind of ask a few questions. I mean, first and foremost, boxing. How did you get into boxing? Is there someone specific that put you in there, that started you? Were you always a boxing fan growing up? Or kind of tell us the story of how you got started.
No, I really got started by my ex-husband. He used to box in the military. And once I had our kids, I just started fighting. Like, he told me to get the weight off, then to go to the gym and to a boxing gym, because the cardio would be the quickest way to get it off. And so that's what I did, and I just stuck with it. I just stayed there.
So you let him go and stuck with boxing.
Yeah. He said, I love boxing more than I love him.
Well, that's good. So it really wasn't so much that you grew up with it. It was more like, it was kind of like your conditioning at first was just start with boxing. And then what made you, I guess, stick with it or think, let me make this my profession. Let me make this into something more than just, my after gym routine.
I mean, I'm the only girl of like 3 to 4. I have 4 brothers, so I'm the only girl and the baby. So I mean, I was fighting all the time.
Right.
It's nothing to me. But I mean, I just knew like to put skills with it. It just helped it a lot. But I mean, I just fought, and I used to watch Mike Tyson a lot. And I don't know. It's just I guess because it was something that I was used to. Fighting is what I'm used to, so I just stuck with it because it was normal.
Right. It came easy for you, it sounds like, too.
Exactly.
Okay. So did it take too long for you to realize that maybe you had potential and actually like I mean, it's one thing to be scrapping or to be fighting outside of a bar or something or in the neighborhood, but it's another thing to put it into a ring. So I guess is there a certain point at that you were like, you know what, I think I actually have like, you know, for real skills and I should be, you know, taking this into doing some professional fighting?
Yeah, you know, my coach told me when he watched me a few times, he was like, "What would you do if you compete?" I said, "You pay me?" He was like, "Yeah, if you're good enough, you'll get paid." I said, "You pay me, I'm gonna be the world champion."
There you go.
I heard that.
But fighting is my thing, and money I like, so that's my 2 favorites.
If you can get paid to do something you like, that's it.
Good
There's no more
motivation.
working for you.
And, you know, you ain't got to go to court. It's free. They paying you.
Right. Pay you to kick somebody's ass. That's what I'm talking about.
Right? And I've been doing it wrong all this long.
You guys want a great side note?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, a little love affair going on. But ask her what age she started boxing. This is the shocking part.
Okay.
Yeah, I started late. I started really training at like 29.
Wow, training it. Well, that's the thing is I know you mentioned when you were kind of using it to lose baby weight. That's why I was wondering, so wait, how long did it take you to start? So you started training at 29. When was your first like actual first fight or first professional amateur fight, I guess?
Becca said 32.
Wow.
First pro fight was 32.
Oh, first pro fight. Okay, so that means my very first amateur fight was probably 30, yeah.
Wow.
30, 31, yeah.
And so in the course of this many years that you've been fighting professionally, you are undefeated, right?
Yes, ma'am, by God's grace, hallelujah.
Amen.
And you got 2 knockouts as well, it sounds like. Is that correct, or do I have that wrong?
Yes, that's good. Yes,
Wonderful. So I guess I know that when we read up a little about you, it sounded like there had been a little time that you hadn't fought, like a little, maybe only like a couple times in the last couple years. I don't know if that was true or not. And then if so, what have you been doing to kind of get yourself into, you know, prime fighting shape, or have you just stuck in prime fighting shape for this fight coming up in January?
I just wasn't fighting. Like, I had like a few fights set up and they fell out. So then I just didn't want to get in the disappointment. So I just kept training. I never stopped training. Never stopped. Even if I don't have a fight, I'm still in the gym every day.
Wow. That's great. And so your kids, and I think I was reading you got a couple of teens. Is that right? Is it teen girls, both of them, or?
No, I have 1 boy and 1 girl.
Oh, okay. And so it sounded like, as far as history-wise, like you kind of, growing up, or I guess raising them, you were working as well as trying to maintain or build your career. How do you, as a single parent, juggle not only competitive boxing, but also working and providing for your family?
Man, I'm telling you.
I think you told me enough, just that one little word, man.
By the grace of God.
Like, you know, like that was my word too. It was God. I'm telling you, I used to work 3 jobs, take care of my kids, and train all by myself.
I need that kind of motivation.
I'm saying, Tori and I are the same age, and I'm not even half the athlete that she is. We just think it's really amazing that you're boxing at 41 and you've had such an amazing career and still doing your thing. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm holding it down for us. Oh, hey.
That's right.
So, Tori, another thing, too, that I had a question on is, so, I mean, the reason why I think we've started Girl Chat Sports was not only to just find other women that like to talk sports, but also women that are in sports. But what kind of challenges have you faced in being a woman in a sport that is predominantly dominated by men, and to this day is still hard for, I think, women to get into? How does that work for you? What kind of challenges have you faced, and what is it that you're excited for as far as in the future of women's boxing?
Everything was a challenge. Everything. From training, from first fight, everything was a challenge because, like you said, it is a male sport. They don't think we're supposed to do this.
Right.
But, I mean, the pay is nothing like the dudes.
Right.
The publicity is nothing like the dudes. It's crazy. Like, nothing that the guys get that we get. But I can say, I take my hat off to Claressa for doing what she did for female boxing in the Olympics.
In the Olympics, right.
Yeah, that really helped, because for a female to get the gold, the gold medal, and none of the guys got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's saying something,
Yeah. Is there as far as for your daughter, do you feel like that's something, if your daughter said, "Hey, I want to be a boxer too, Mom," is that something that you're down for? Or do you, some of these, NFL players don't want their children playing football. Are you one that would want your kids to kind of pursue boxing as well like you have, or do you have a different outlook for them?
I would love for my kids to. Anything they want to do, I support them.
Love it.
But as far as my daughter, yeah, girly girl. She don't no sweating at all. Her tail. I'm saying I'm going to the gym. She said, "Mom, I'm going to get a pedicure."
I love it. How old is she?
19.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she ain't about that life right now.
No, never. But she's been like that from birth. Like she's such a girly girl. I'm like, where did you get this from? Yeah.
That's hilarious. So tell me a little bit about the fight coming up. What is it that maybe you're anticipating? Is there something that you're, without giving too much of whatever you're doing in the behind the scenes as far as to get ready for the fight? Is there certain things that you're looking forward to in regards to fighting Claressa? I know when I read up a little bit, you were intrigued and you had been wanting to fight her because she is the up and coming woman boxer. Is there anything specific that you've been working on or that you're, looking forward to as far as getting in the ring with her?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just fighting her. You know, she claims she the GOAT with her, 4 fights, 5 fights.
Ooh, we got some shit talking going on.
You got to have more than 4 fights for you to say you the GOAT.
Right.
I hear you.
Yeah. But, I'm looking forward to fighting her. She's supposed to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
So, the red carpet was laid out for her, so she didn't go through all that the rest of us had to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We built our way to get to the top. She was just handed to be at the top.
Right.
So, but I look forward to seeing that, she got speed, But, she ain't the only one that got a little speed going on.
That's right. Melissa and I actually got a chance to be ringside for her first pro fight here in Vegas. I work for Zappos and they sponsor Claressa. So we got to actually be there to watch that headliner, and it was very exciting.
Yeah.
But, being there, that was, I think, one of the pre-fights for the Mayweather fight, is that there was we were there and there was nobody there. There was nobody there to watch women fight.
Yeah, probably just her, friends and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
because
crazy.
It's a woman's fight.
That's
Right.
so
But you know what? The crazy thing, not boasting or not saying anything of myself, but whenever I fight, everybody always say, "Tori, you the fight of the night," because they underestimate females. The guys, they have egos. Females don't. When we fight, we going forward. You go down, you get right back up, and you right back in that, in the middle of the ring going at it. Guys, they get dropped, their pride kicks, so they run and they move, and they not trying to, you know what I'm saying? They got a showboat now. They get themselves back together.
Gotcha.
Females is not like that, and that's when guys turn up. When they watch it for the first time, they turn up. Because they dude, we ain't no girls fight like this.
Right.
But if they don't give us the chance, and if they don't look at it, then they don't know.
Right. So it's nice to have you guys on Showbox showing them what women can do.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I know that the fight's going to be at the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona, New York. So it almost is like, I mean, I don't know exactly where Verona is. My geography isn't that great as far as cities go. But I'm going to guess this is closer to you than to Michigan. So do you feel like you may have more of like a home ring advantage here, or what do you think?
I think Detroit's closer,
Not
actually.
at all.
Yes.
Everything is stacked against.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting Claressa. I'm fighting Clarissa's name. I'm fighting Clarissa's Showtime because Claressa has a relationship with Showtime. I'm fighting Clarissa's popularity. I'm not fighting Claressa. So all odds are stacked against me. So when you bet on me, you're going to make good money.
So you're the underdog. So if I go put down 20, I'm going to make some money back from you real quick.
That's right. You're about to make some money because all odds are stacked against me.
I heard that. Well, Tori, is there anything else? I don't know if you have where some of our listeners can find you. If you've got like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, where can people come find you and follow you to kind of keep track of what you got going on?
Yeah, Becca, tell them where they can find me.
Oh, that's how you feel. All right,
Mr. Marketer.
Yeah, right. The only thing I'm going to say, you can find her on Facebook at Tori ShoNuff Nelson. You can also go on Instagram at Tori ShoNuff. That's SHONUFF.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also find her on Twitter at that same handle. Yeah, I think that's all of them.
Where did ShoNuff come from? Is that like a nickname, or where did that come from?
My manager.
Okay.
When I was amateur, he got it for me, and he said, "You know what that is, T?" I'm like, "Dude, seriously?" Yes, I know what it is. It came from that movie, The Last Dragon.
Okay. Old school right there.
Yeah.
Nice. Becks, is there anything else you want our listeners to know about the upcoming fight, or what else is going on in regards to Tori?
Just know she's training hard. And going back to just a fact check about Verona. Verona is actually near Syracuse, New York.
Oh.
In case anyone wanted to hear it from me as opposed to looking it up. Yeah, it is near Syracuse, so it is way up in upper New York, close to Buffalo, something like that. And just know that, hey, mark my words, I watch Tori every day in training camp. I've been watching her every day in training camp for the last, since what? Since the last, like...
Before the last one.
Yeah, for the last, 5-6 months, every single day, or at least 3-4 times a week. I guarantee you this. I know Claressa's 4-0 with 2 knockouts. She got the WBC Super Middleweight title. She is greatness. I take nothing from her. She's earned everything she's gotten. But mark my word, this is why everyone should tune into this fight. This will be the hardest test of her career. You can book it. All right? I remember that first fight you were talking about, Stephanie, about Franchon Cruz. That was probably her toughest fight up until this point in her career after 4 fights. But Tori, I mean, you're talking about after 20, she has over, 15, 16, 17 more fights than Claressa, and she's still undefeated. And at her advanced age, she's seen everything. There is anything she has.
Experience.
So just make sure you guys tune into that.
And
probably the biggest fight in women's boxing history.
That's what I'm talking about. And I love the advanced age. That's what I'm talking about.
Holding it down.
Exactly.
Experience.
Experience. Yes.
I won't be able to hang out and party too much. I gotta go put my Bengay on.
That icy hot.
I gotta put that ice hot for about a day or 2.
You're gonna have them magnetic, like little knee pads and arm pads, like Brett Favre got in the videos.
We wish you all the best.
Yes, Tori, we wish you all the best. I'm going to have Becks cash at me about $1,000 to go put down on you for him so we can get some money flowing here real quick.
All that money's in my Dubai ticket, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, okay, got you.
Becks, tell us where everyone can find you and listen to your show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I have a show of my own, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You can find me on WERA.FM to listen to us live on the live stream. My show's called The Plugs. sure most of you are aware. I know Melissa and Stephanie listen to us all the time.
Of
They've
course.
actually been on. Actually, Stephanie has not. I've actually been wanting to get Stephanie on the show.
We got to make that happen.
Probably the same place where
Um,
my Dubai invitation was at.
Right? Yeah. So both of those things might not happen. But you can find the show on Instagram at @theplugs_WERA, and then on Twitter you just take out the _theplugs WERA. And
also look up my marketing agent on my other one, Anthony Nixon. Shout out to Anthony.
Shout out
He
to
keep
Anthony.
everything stirred up.
Okay. That's what I'm talking
Keep
about.
things
Y'all
exciting.
want trash talk? Oh my God, follow Anthony Nixon.
There you
Okay. I'm on it. I am on it.
Yes, him and Becca get him the business.
I love it. Well, Tori, we wish you all the best. We can't wait to tune in
Thank you, guys.
on January 12th to check out your fight. The Showbox, The Next Generation, going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which means 7 o'clock here, Vegas time on Showtime. We are looking forward to it. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all. Thank y'all for having us. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Becks.
thank you.
Once again, thanks to Tori and, of course, our boy Becks for joining us. Just before we leave you, though, we want to wrap up on some NBA news. I know most of you, if you're like me, aren't really watching much NBA at the moment, except for here and there, because it's still football season. I've been going to hockey games. We've been traveling. We're doing things. But there are some NBA news, right?
Yeah, let's talk about my Lakers or the
Lack
lack of
thereof.
news about my Lakers. We dropped to 8-15 on the season.
Ooh.
We lost to the Rockets on Sunday. We've got a 5-game losing streak. But ask LeVar Ball why we're losing.
Well, technically, anymore you can't, but go ahead.
Oh, right. They don't even want to hear it from him anymore.
Yeah.
He said you got to have people in shooting spots early. They can't be jogging at half court with him. If Lonzo takes off and there's 4 people, even with him, they're not doing their job. They're not getting in the corners ready to shoot.
So none of this is Lonzo's fault,
no.
right? It's all
Actually,
the rest
he's
of the
blaming
Lakers.
Luke Walton. He said Magic's always doing the right thing. It's the coach. He's playing Lonzo in and out, playing a few minutes here and there, wondering why his legs are tore up, because they run him 100 miles an hour and then they shut him down for 10 minutes. They're going 40% with Lonzo with the ball in his hands and the other 60 for the team, and they do what they want. It's got to turn 80-20.
Oh, Jesus. Are we done with LeVar Ball? So if you guys haven't heard, the Lakers are now enforcing a policy that prohibits media from interviewing any guests of players after the game, i.e. the LeVar Ball rule. Man, I'm so sick of this guy. I really am.
Real.
Between that and then, he pulled out LiAngelo Ball from UCLA. Maybe going to go overseas. Supposedly going to get his own BBBs, that big baller brand.
Right, can't prevent
Signature sneaker, the Gelo 3.
Jello.
I mean, it's LiAngelo, so it's got to be the Jello.
Yeah.
But it
you
just
have to
seems
watch
weird.
their reality show. They're in a new season now.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
You missed the first season.
I don't want to like them, so that's why I'm like, maybe I shouldn't watch it because I don't want to end up liking them.
It makes you like them.
Yeah. Other NBA news: people are getting ejected, folks. Even LeBron James had his very first ejection this last week.
Crazy.
Yeah?
The Golden State Warriors lead the NBA in player ejections and technical fouls.
You think they got like a chip on their shoulder? Like they're like, we won the championship a couple of times. Screw it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Well, Durant got ejected with Cousins, my MCM. I think he's so freaking hot. Was that on our podcast? Whoops. I'm sorry.
Durant's been ejected 3 times in the last 18 games, but your boy Cousins has been ejected 7 times already, and you only get 16.
I love a bad boy. I mean, you just can't. And he's tall. Shh, hello.
The Warriors have averaged an ejection per game over the last 3 games. Draymond Green versus the Pelicans, Durant against Magic, the Heat, Sean Livingston.
Wow. Anthony Davis was too.
Yes.
Man, that's crazy.
Anthony Davis got his first ejection. I didn't have any idea. It's
Wow.
crazy. LeBron at his first.
It's crazy out there. So also there's injuries. Steph Curry's going to be out for at least a couple weeks. He had an ankle injury. It was kind of scary seeing him on these big ass crutches after the game, but I guess that was all just, to try and keep him with his weight off of it. But he's going to be out for a couple weeks. Just announced today, Devin Booker, who was carried off the floor in a game last night versus the Raptors, he strained his left adductor. I don't even know what the adductor is. But he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks following the MRI. Marcus Gasol actually fined for $15,000 for cursing during a post-game TV comments on Monday. Here's dope. That's probably why my ass couldn't be on ESPN. I'd probably be getting fined up the ante because clearly I can't keep my mouth without cussing. I mean, what do you say? I mean, if you're having a bad game, you screwed up, and you say shit or fuck or whatever, like, how can you help that sometimes? It's the emotions from the game. But
some sad news. Charlotte Hornets coach Steve Clifford is taking a leave of absence for the immediate future to address his health. They didn't really say what was wrong with him.
No, really? I didn't know that. Oh, well, we have definitely our prayers out for him and his family, and hopefully he can get back into the coaching seat, because I'm sure those Hornets could use it too. So you guys, obviously we've got arms of the NFL. We love our arms. And in honor of Ryan Shazier, who has some amazing arms himself, I wanted to make this week's Arms of the NFL dedicated to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for all my Steelers fans or women out there who love a little black and yellow, please go look up or watch this weekend. Number 98. Linebacker Vince Williams. This man had 9 tackles alone last weekend against the Bengals on Monday Night Football. He had four solo tackles just by himself. This man's arms are ridiculous, like ridiculous. And watch out for number 81, tight end Jesse James. He is like a Travis Kelce kind of hot white boy thing going on. Anyway, and also the man, the myth, the legend, James Harrison, 92. I think he'll play forever. You think Tom Brady will play forever? I swear James Harrison will play forever. And he could lift me 1,000 times over. So number 92 linebacker for the Steelers. That's our arms of the NFL. Quick shout out, though, to my Huskies football team. Although we did not make the playoffs, the college football playoffs, we did beat the Washington State Cougars for the Apple Cup, and we will be playing in the Fiesta Bowl against Penn State. Shout out to Matthew Carper. Let's put some money on this game, buddy. In Phoenix on December 31st, I believe, or December 30th. No, December 30th. So go Huskies. I may take a quick road trip to Phoenix for that. And in some news, did you see Russell Wilson?
Aww.
And Sierra. Okay, I know I used to hate Sierra and Russell Wilson, but they are so cute.
They really
So
are.
after Russell basically won our game for us against the Eagles, he takes him and his friends out. They always go out to, I think it's the Metropolitan Grill. And they have, it's a really nice restaurant, super fancy. Everybody in there is making moolah. And everybody in there goes there after their games in their jerseys. And of course, everybody's in their jersey eating this fancy dinners. He walks in with his entourage. They're recording it. He's got this velvet suit on that you saw during his press conference after the game. And everybody's cheering him and hugging him and high-fiving him. I mean, hello, no one really expected us to beat the Eagles at home.
Right.
And
it
we
was
did.
sweet.
It was super sweet. I really liked it.
And in our moment,
yeah.
the Silver Dome did not want to come down.
They were like, screw this.
They tried once to implode the Lions' former home, and after the dust cleared, nothing happened.
Fail.
So
Fail.
So they had to line it up with more explosives to try a second time to bring her down.
Hilarious. Also in some news, ex-NFL running back Clinton Portis, remember him from the Redskins, says that he used to drink Hennessy. A little hen dog never hurt nobody. Drink Hennessy before the games with his teammates. So, shout out to the Redskins. They're looking for a little endorsement. Maybe they should put the Hennessy logo on the front of their jerseys because maybe that's just their team drink. Who knows? And last but not least, a former Husky. He also played for the Seahawks for a season. Hall of Famer Warren Moon is the newest allegations for sexual harassment by his assistant.
Oh, no.
So we definitely we hopeful that his assistant is okay and that things are all right. And we do hope this is a sticky situation right now. So hopefully that situation is definitely a moment, and we will see what happens. And again, let's go Sounders. Let's bring that cup home for a back-to-back year. At least one of our teams can do it. Ouch. Damn. Anyway, Steph, where can people find you?
You can find me on all social media, S_wash.
And you can find me, Melissa, at Seattle4_life at Seattle4 Life. Again, and you can find Girl Chat Sports on all social media at Girl Chat Sports. Find us on the iTunes podcast app, Girl Chat Sports, all one word, no spaces. You can also find us on Podomatic at podomatic.com/Girl Chat Sports. Find us on YouTube, Girl Chat Sports. You get the picture, you guys. Thank you for listening, and thanks again to Tori Nelson as well as Becks for being on the show. And we'll be back again in 2 weeks. Look out for us. We can't wait to talk about some college bowl games coming up as well as other things. All right. Bye. Thanks for checking out another great episode of Girl Chat Sports. And remember, we don't have balls, but we know how to cover them. Until next time, guys.